Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Wednesday, the 23rd of March 2022. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the White Sage Tarot for today's reading. Let's see what the cards have to say about Wednesday and what energy you'll be working with. So I'm just going to shuffle these a few times, then I'm going to choose 3 cards to see what the tarot wants to share about Wednesday. So let's see what that is. Hope you're having a great week so far. And let's have a look. First card is this one. We've got the 3 of Cups, so we've got friendship and love and compassion. The King of Pentacles, lovely. And finally we've got the 5 of Swords, conflict. Oh, and I love how they're expressing this. The yellow ribbon is cut. Yellow is the solar plexus chakra. It's energy, it's control, and that's been cut to pieces. So loss of control, or at least the sense that you're no longer in charge. So let's see what the cards have to say here. So the 3 of Cups is usually depicted as 3 women who are celebrating together, and they're kind of cheersing at their feet. We've got all these fruits and ribbons, and it's a party, it's a good time. So the 3 of Cups is about being able to connect with people and feeling that sense of having something in common and creating something magical between the 3 of you, or 5 of you, or 2 of you, or whatever it may be. And it doesn't matter if you're all different, if you come from different walks of life. It's about seeing the similarities in someone else and having kind of empathy for their journey through life and being able to learn something from that. So compassion and connection isn't just about, oh, okay, I hear your story and I feel bad for you. It's really, I can see your experience in life, and that teaches me something about my experience. Here we've got these 3 cups, and what's different than in the regular tarot is that these 3 cups are all pretty much the same. So I think that sense of empathy and understanding is heightened on this day, that all of the differences between you and other people seem to go poof, and you feel like you're totally in the same boat with someone else. And it means that you can truly build friendships and relationships which are meaningful and valuable to everyone involved. Here we've got this blue ribbon at the bottom, and blue to me in the kind of chakra system, it means the voice, it means the throat, and being able to articulate your feelings and to share yourself openly and to be authentic without any fear of reprimand or rejection. And it's just, I'm presenting the facts as they are, or as I see them, and rather than being misunderstood, there's a great potential that other people will be able to resonate with that or identify with it in some way. Then blue in the tarot is about love and spirituality and a sense of creativity. The 3 of Cups gives you the ability to tap into all of those kind of feelings. And 3 in numerology is about communication and new beginnings. So it's so interesting, you know, that we've got such a simple card here, but in this deck, they're able to express so much, and so much that's kind of different from the regular tarot. And I've always said I really like to read simple cards because it doesn't distract from the meaning so much. So this also is the opposite of this ribbon being cut to shreds. This is all in one piece, and it's flowing and it's beautiful, and it creates this type of cap here at the top. So it's almost like by connecting with other people and sharing in friendship and listening to other people, it gives you a feeling that I'm protected here because of this process. Because I have people who understand me, when I face people who don't understand me, or when I have to deal with something that's challenging, it doesn't seem as big a deal because I feel kind of cushioned. I get all of that support here from my friends or family or people who you're close to. It could be anyone, colleagues. Also, the water is kind of splashing around, so they're kind of sharing the wealth. They're all kind of intermingling here, and it's all one and the same thing. So together, you're stronger than you would be on your own. So it's a good opportunity to take advantage of that and to say, hey, actually, these are people, or it could be a connection with my higher self. I feel like this has my back in some way. And because I feel supported, I can face anything. So there's major strength involved in this card. Then speaking of strength, we've got the King of Pentacles, who here is depicted as this elephant. The King of Pentacles usually is someone who's in charge of the element of earth, and that governs your career and your practical circumstances, your health, your body, your physical environment, things like moving and locations. So with that, you're able to take charge of any of those. You're able to control any of those aspects of your life very well. You're able to work with them in kind of an efficient way. So if you have a lot of work to do, then with this card, it may be a good idea to ask your colleagues if you're stumped on something, because there may be an answer. And also just reaching out to a colleague or a friend to help you. It may strengthen your relationship because you may never have done that before. And the other person may feel flattered. It's like, oh, they asked me for help, so they must think I know what I'm doing. And that in itself could start a new relationship. So the elephant then obviously is this symbol of strength and hope. I have elephants all over my flat. I have it on my pillows, and I have a welcome mat outside, and it's got this giant elephant on it. And I've always loved elephants because there's this, it seems like a combination of strength, but also gentleness. You know, these are gentle giants. And I know they knock over trees and things and like charge at you when they're angry. But fundamentally, these are mammals who have these families, who take care of their children, and they communicate, and they have their own language, and they just bring so much beauty to the world. So for me, it's been a sign that you can be strong, and you can make your way through life in a joyous way. But when things are tough, you don't have to become mean and bitter about it. You can retain that sense of gentleness and to connect with your feelings and to be open with other people, even if you have been rejected in the past, or if people have betrayed your trust or anything like that. It's kind of a sign to me, I may be reading too much into this, but it's a sign to me that the things that have happened in your past don't really define you. You know, and that's interesting because some people actually say, you know, my life has made me who I am. And I've always felt that it's important to retain who you are before you went through life, because you're the same person and there's so much goodness inherent in you. If you let all the bad things and the good things kind of define who you are, I've personally always felt like, isn't there an ability to transcend your circumstances and to keep hold of who you are in spiritual truth? It's kind of an interesting question to me. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. That's a really interesting topic, because on one level, of course, we do want to let life define us, particularly the good things that happen. So, you know, I'm in love and I got married and I had these children who I adore. That, I mean, I think that ought to define you in some way. But then also at the same time, it's important not to say, okay, well, this trauma happened to me when I was 5 and that's now the person I am as a result. So it kind of makes sense if you look at it from the perspective of we are on planet duality, and everything has ups and downs and good points and bads. Good points and bad points, rather. And I feel it's important to kind of retain a sense of unity, that there's something in you. I think I've made my point, but there's something in you that is beyond all of that. So here we've got the crown, so the king of the animal kingdom. So when it comes to your practical circumstances, you're the king. You have the ability to take charge and to build something new. You're a leader, you're strong, you can handle your circumstances. Then the sand dollar, I'd never seen a sand dollar until I visited my sister in Florida in 2014. We went to a gift shop and they had loads of them like on sale for a few, like, I don't know, 25 cents or something. And I remember my ex-partner, he's American, he told me when you break them open, these little doves fly out. Obviously not literally, it's these little pieces in the sand dollar, but they do look like doves. And it's this magical revelation. So because we've got that here, if you're looking at your practical circumstances, particularly something that's mundane or routine that you do every day, by focusing on it today and being in the moment, something truly astounding may be revealed to you. And then we have this purple ribbon. There's a spiritual connection. And here, obviously, the water is also spirituality and love and friendship. So that influences what you're doing. So there may be an opportunity for a new relationship or some sort of hidden opportunity to appear when you're working hard, when you're making a big effort. But I think the most important thing is that things aren't going to be exactly what they seem. They're hidden treasures in what you usually do. And if you pay attention, those will be revealed to you. Finally, we've got the Five of Swords, and that's serious conflict. That's arguments, and it's competition, and it's the ego and trying to break someone down in order to make yourself feel bigger. And then the ribbon is cut, and I love that image because that kind of behavior, it disempowers you. It doesn't empower you. In the moment, it's like, okay, I really gave that person a piece of my mind. Aren't I strong and grand? But no, afterwards, you may regret that and feel like, wow, maybe I should have spoken with a bit more respect, and there may be regret and all these things. So the behavior, even though short term, it may feel like this builds me up, it's not a way to live your life. And then we've got these four swords kind of looking down. They seem kind of glum. And it's something that isolates you. So truly, if you want to stay in control, act in a loving way, rely on your own strength. And if someone does this to you, well, first of all, if you feel the need to do it to someone else, like I'm going to have a go at someone to make myself feel better, the message is it's not going to be truly empowering. It's just the illusion of being empowered. And then if someone else comes along and says, hey, I'm going to yell at you just to make myself feel good, then you don't need to take that on board. You can see that they're obviously going through something. It's their stuff. And you don't need to feel impacted by it because it really, truly has nothing to do with you. So if someone loses it, then that's not a sign of strength. I feel that it's an immediate, you'll be able to recognize that it's something that is other. And that you don't really need to engage in it or a fight, knock the swords together and try and beat that person down. Just let them get on with it. It's their stuff. So number-wise, we've got 3 and 5 is 8. And then the court card, the king, counts as 1. So that's 9. 9 is spirituality and completion. So we've got more spirituality here. So your higher self is going to allow you to work in a practical sense, to really resolve something once and for all. And not only that, to reveal something magical. And the only warning of the day is to not engage with things that are destructive and anything but helpful. Yeah. So I hope that gives you an idea of the energy that's coming up and what you'll be working with. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to audio reading with me. And in my personal readings, I use astrology, the tarot, and numerology. And if you have any questions about your life purpose or relationships, finances, travel, spirituality, hopes and dreams, strengths and weaknesses, anything at all really, the astrology chart is particularly helpful in getting the kind of personality profile. And I use the tarot and the numbers alongside that for kind of hidden influences and kind of short-term outcomes. And with the astrology, I use the progress chart and the transits to look at what's coming up over the next few months and even years. So if you have an interest in that, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.